much for staying back this late. I can see that it rained quite a bit here, and I came back just from Pandan. Ladies and gentlemen, Pandan is ready for change. The crowd there is magnificent, just as all of you are here tonight. Absolutely magnificent. I really don't know. After such, we had such a, long list of star speakers tonight. I'm not really sure what I can really contribute anymore, except to say that these 5 years, being your Adun, your state assemblyman or woman, it has been a very enriching experience. It has been an experience where I learned a lot from you. I got a lot of new friends, supporters, and in turn, I tried my very best to serve on your behalf. Serve not so much of jaga longkang, jaga pokok dan sebagainya. I still do that, no worries. I am a very expensive postman, I keep telling everybody. You can still forward your complaints to me. I will still make sure that they are attended to. But serve in the sense that serving the state. Ladies and gentlemen, because of your votes, in 2008, we in Selangor, today we have Freedom of Information enactment, the first in the country. Because of your support, in 2008, we saved Kota Damansara Forest Reserve, all 600 acres of it. Because of your support and your votes in 2008, today we have increased the percentage of total forest cover, forest reserve cover in Selangor from 30.5 to 31.5%. And no other state has been able to do that. Because of your support, we have legislative reforms in the State Assembly. The State Assembly once again became a lively avenue for debates, for policy debates, not shouting at each other, but for policy debates, to get messages across, to change policy. And that's what 2008 was all about. That was our first step. 2008 was only our first step. Now, 2013, Sivarasa and I are back in front of you, asking once again for your support. This time, it is not a second step. This time, it is a leap of faith, ladies and gentlemen. It is a leap of faith that we can change this country. Ini kalilah. We want to change. Not because we just suka-suka, like to demo. Some people say I'm demo kaki. Actually, I stopped doing that. Except one or two, like bersih 2, bersih 3. That's all only lah. Okay? I stopped doing it. I'm now very respectable. Serious, very respectable. Yeah. Still wear jeans on weekends, but okay, I wear proper shoes lah. Mondays to Fridays. But change, because we have come to a point where if we do not change, there is no turning back. I'm sure many of you here, especially residents of Bandar Utama, you have your loved ones living abroad. You have your children studying abroad, and I'm very sure you have told them, don't come back, because you can have a better life out there. It is a shame that we have to tell our future generation not to return here, because this country is our country. It does not belong to racists. It does not belong to sexists. It does not belong to UMNO Barisan Nasional. It belongs to the people. And that's what we want to change. We want our children to all come back. I don't want my sister to live in Singapore, but she wants to migrate there because she thinks she doesn't have a fighting chance here. My brother is here, sitting there. Okay, pretending to be anonymous, but never mind, I won't point you out. But she wants to migrate because she may not get a fair chance here. I'm sure every one of you, you've got a relative, you've got a child, or maybe you have even thought of the same thing. We want to change all that. We want people to start coming back here, serving the country, instead of having a brain drain abroad. That's what we want. We want the best of Malaysians to come back proudly and serve our country, because we need everyone to come back here and do their very best, make this country great as it should be. Not what UMNO Barisan Nasional thinks it should be. You know, we have struck gold, ladies and gentlemen, but not the kind of gold that you think. Gold in the sense that we have been ranked #1 in terms of in public perception of businesses, #1 in the corruption index. When I read that, you know, Facebook, we like to share a lot. I felt so embarrassed. I didn't want to share because I have so many friends from abroad. I don't want them to know these sort of things. We have got, you know, almost 1 trillion ringgit illicit funds that has gone out of the country. There's no stopping if we do not put checks and balances, if we do not change the government. How much more can we take this? Just in the middle of the campaign, my colleague Rafizi, running in Pandan, I'm very sure he's going to win, big there. He revealed that 1MDB, this company has somehow sort of taken out money and put in Cayman Islands. So these are the things that, you know, we keep hearing, and yet we say, yeah lah, no, biasa lah, ini Malaysia, okay lah, we have to accept. But that's not true. We don't have to accept this. There can be a different way of doing business. There can be a different way of administration. There can be a different way of governing. We have tried to show that in Selangor. Today, you look at all of us, none of us can be touched by MACC because none of us have done anything wrong in Selangor. We have not been corrupt. As I told some of our friends, our residents around BU3, when we had a couple of days ago, when we had ceramah there, I don't have a car. I still don't have a car. I get around with a little bicycle, which unfortunately is in the shop. So, you know, we borrow cars, we move around. I rent, not far away from here. I can't afford a house here. You all can, I can't. That's because we're clean. And we don't need to live in a big house just because we're a state assemblyman. I'm very happy where I am. I've got a huge house, very cheap rent, and I don't have to pay mortgage, so I'm happy with that. And that's the essence of our government. I just want to tell a story, and I've been telling this story all over the place. Before, if you know, a government person travels, especially a Menteri Besar, they'll be flying first class. They'll stay in 6-star hotels. Then they'll go, you know, with their entourage. There'll be like 30, 40 people behind them. I don't know what they do. But there's a lot of people. And they go, they bring their mates, they bring their wives, their children, everyone. That trip, that one trip, and a bit more, cost 1 million ringgit by a former Menteri Besar. Our Menteri Besar, Tan Sri Khalid Ibrahim, attacked every day in the media, in TV3, or Utusan, or whatever lah, attacked every day. Let me tell you how he travels. I'll never travel with him again. That's for sure. We left on Sunday, so I thought, okay lah, Sunday. Okay, not bad. Okay, is it MAS? Because they bought all the tickets. No, it's not. Some kind of cheapskate airplane. Okay, took flight there, Air Asia. Then I said, shouldn't we fly a bit earlier so that we can rest? No need, we can save some money. So we can sleep on the plane. So he sleeps on the plane. And of course, I cannot sleep on the plane going, oh my goodness, what's going on? Touchdown, I think it was Osaka Airport. Touchdown, got there. Said, Tan Sri, are we going to the hotel first to freshen up? No need, we just use the hotel toilet, not the airport toilet. So I wash our face. Then he opened his little suitcase. He's got a little suitcase. And he takes out his coat and he flaps it. Then he wears it. Said, let's go. So we all go. There's two other EXCO members. Got into a van, not even Mercedes. Okay? There's a normal van. I think Toyota. Yeah, Japan. And 3 cities. After that, slept in a hotel. I can't remember the city. It was just such a blur. It's not 6-star. It's not 5-star. It's not 4-star. You won't even want to stay there. Okay? But we stayed there. This government. Okay? Next day, Tuesday. Same thing. Went to another 3 cities. And the last stop was Tokyo. So Tokyo went there. I said, Tan Sri, where's our car? Oh, no need. Are we taking plane to Tokyo? Oh, no, we take train. Okay, take train. So, and we're all traveling by ourselves. So we're pulling out little bags like that. Him included, by himself. No entourage, no assistant. Got on the train. Shoot. Tokyo, had a few other meetings. Quick dinner. Got back on the plane. I think it was also Air Asia again. Air Asia, come back, okay. Slept there in the plane. Next morning, reached KL, Selangor, 7 a.m. And we had to have EXCO meeting at, I think, 10 a.m., 3 hours later. So that's how our Tan Sri Khalid Ibrahim works. He works to make sure that he does not waste your money. He makes sure that all the EXCO, we work hard because we have your trust. We have, in Bahasa Melayu, amanah daripada rakyat. This trust cannot be bought, which is why when we have any projects, we make sure it's open tender. We don't allow closed tender. If it's cheaper or the cost is less than 100,000, we make sure there are like at least 3 quotations. Every project, every program must have KPIs, and that's what I learned in the 5 years. You know, I'm an art student. I don't know anything about business. So he said, I want to know your ROI. I said, apa itu ROI? Return of investment. Now I know I can talk like Tan Sri Khalid. But that's what he wants. He wants to make sure that if we spend 1 ringgit, that 1 ringgit is well spent and it can generate benefits for the rakyat. Up to today, we have given direct benefits to the poor, to women, to old folks, to school children, to university students, up to the amount of, well, more than 800 million ringgit. More than previous governments. Our budget hasn't increased that much. It's between 1.2, 1.3 to 1.6 billion ringgit. That's Selangor's annual budget. It's not much compared to Terengganu or Sabah or other states. And we don't get additional income from the federal government. But we do our best within, you know, our means, our limited means in Selangor. So, which is why we are able, even with 1.6 billion ringgit, that was the last budget, we are still able to save. We scrimp, we really, you know, slash budgets left, right and center, and we can save 2.6 billion ringgit for our rakyat. This 2.6 billion ringgit, ladies and gentlemen, 300 million has been promised and allocated to build the 3rd bridge in Klang. Because 5 years ago, they promised, BN promised that they will build a bridge. Later, because they lost, they merajuk. They said, no, we don't want to build because you didn't vote us in. So we said, okay, we'll build it. So out of that 2.6 billion ringgit, we have decided we'll build that 3rd bridge. Then we will also build affordable homes. We have allocated 100 million ringgit. You can see it in the manifesto. We have said it during the budget last year in November that we'll put 50 million. We're going to add another 50 million. There are lots of things that we can do with just a little bit of money. We have also allocated in our manifesto in Selangor 50 million just for women. We want to make Selangor the safest state for women. We have had enough. We've had enough of crimes against women. I mean, the late Irene Uy. I mean, this is a place that a lot of us go to, Bukit Gasing. I used to live around there, and I never had a problem walking in, middle of the night, just to go to the mama or to visit some friends. But crime has become absolutely unbearable. Why? Because, as we have said, 5 years ago, this is not something new. 5 years ago, we have already said there are more than enough police officers, but they are put in other jobs, such as, for example, listening to this drama. I'm sure there are a few somewhere. I saw a few in Pandan, quite a few. I'm thinking they should be patrolling, looking out for criminals. Just 2 days ago, I read on Facebook that Lala Chong, the restaurant nearby here, was also, robbed. With all the customers around by three or four persons in their motorbikes. And these things are happening. We are living in a place where we need guards, we need gates, we need alarm systems. Am I correct? Yeah. And every time when we key in the alarm before we sleep, you wonder whether you wake up alive. I can tell you the truth, that's how I feel. When I go to sleep, I live Damansara Jaya, just throw one stone, I'm just there. And when I key in my alarm, I always wonder, will I wake up alive? Will I wake up with someone with a huge parang in front of me? That's how I sleep every night. And we have to put a stop to all this. It is time that proper resources be allocated to fight crime. We don't want to have any more Irene Uys. We don't want to hear of any more crimes, especially in Bandar Utama, in Petaling Jaya. Enough is enough. Give us this chance. Let us show you how we can fight crime with proper resources, human resources, financial resources. Imagine this. 2 years ago, we even offered, my handsome young single staff, hint hint. 2 years ago, we said we wanted to start a pilot project in PJ. We wanted to have auxiliary police to assist the police. We're not competing with them. We want to assist. We have enough money in PJ. We want to send people out in uniforms and patrol so that people feel safer. It's a deterrent. But the police said, no, we don't want you. We don't need your help, things like that. So in the end, we can't do anything, even though we really wanted to show that we can make a difference with just a little bit of financial support from the council itself. The council was willing to do it, but the police did not want us to get involved in people's safety. And that's ridiculous, because we represent you. We insist that you all be safe so that, I can be safe as well. Everyone here can be safe, but police doesn't want to do anything. So we have no choice. We have to change. We have to ubah the police. Can we do that? Yeah. Some of the things, I'm not sure whether my colleagues have mentioned, a lot of things that we want to reform, such as the electoral system, is an absolute mess. Every day we are now getting reports of people who have passed away and their names are still in the electoral rolls suddenly. This passed away many years ago, not like yesterday. Now, we're also getting reports of people who did not register. For example, mentally disabled persons who are not capable of registering or voting themselves have now the families have found their names in the electoral roll. And it's not one, it's not two, there's at least 6 or 7 of them and they are getting these names. There's someone working behind the scenes, making sure that some of these people's names and IDs will be used to vote. This is why I asked Dato' Ambiga to come here and explain to everyone here why there is an absolute need to clean up the rolls and to reform the Electoral Commission. Electoral Commission, we ask them to take down banners that insult our political leaders. They come around here and then they take out the flags, Malaysian spring flags that we had put up near Zam Zam restaurant. Yes, that's what they're doing. We ask them to take away flags that obscure some of the views, you know, when you're driving. Instead, they want to take out all these colorful flags that the residents planted themselves. We didn't do it, it's residents' efforts. And these are things that really make us upset. So, I urge everyone here, in order to stem phantom voters from coming in to vote on 5th May, I ask everyone here, please register with us to be a polling agent, to be a counting agent, to be a barong agent. We really need your help. It only takes up a few hours of your time on 5th May. We will give you the training, but the important thing is that we need everyone here to be involved in this very crucial elections. In Dun Bukit Lanjan, I have now 40,000 voters in total. There's an increment of more than 14,000 new voters in Dun Bukit Lanjan, and we have gone to each and every house, each and every apartment. We cannot find 4,500 of them. They do not exist. We have pakciks living at Kampung Sungai Kayuara. When I met them, they gave me the voting slip. And they said, they've never rented a room, they have never rented out this house, and yet there is a name of a young Chinese girl, 22 years old, and they said, this could be a phantom voter. The same thing in other parts of Bukit Lanjan. So please come, register with us, help us out on 5th May, because you, the Pachas, will be the final resistance against phantom voters. We can do our best for the next 7 days or so. We can do a fantastic campaign, but if we cannot stem the flood of phantom voters going in to polling centers to vote, then I would say this election is lost. But it is not lost if everyone here goes out to vote on 5th May. Bring your friends, bring your family members, bring everyone. We have to make sure that there are more people voting than phantom voters on that day. Can we do that? We want to see 100%. I absolutely support Dato' Ambiga's assertion. We must have 100% turnout this general elections, ladies and gentlemen. So, lastly, because it's getting a bit late, I actually have another drama to go back to KL. I don't know. Lastly, it's been wonderful to have known some of you, met some of you, interacted with some of you. The 5 years have been very meaningful to me. I look forward to serving you for the next 5 years. I'm so confident. No la, no la. I'm being cheeky. And I think we are here tonight because we believe in a better tomorrow. 我们相信明天更会好，更会好。Yeah. 5 years old cannot speak. Now I can speak a bit, little bit. We believe in a better tomorrow, and we, through the manifesto, through our leadership of Pakatan Rakyat, DAP, PAS, Keadilan, we are trying to provide this vision that Malaysia can one day be great with your help. We cannot do it by ourselves. We are only a vessel. I cannot win elections by myself, but we can win together. So, ladies and gentlemen, please grow old with me in Malaysia. stay with me in Malaysia. It's the best country ever. I've traveled around the world, and this is where I want to live and die. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope for your support. Wu Yet Wu! Wu Yet Wu! Wu Yet Wu! 谢谢大家. Thank you very much, everyone.